Hey guys, welcome to the channel and another video. Today I'm going to be watching Demolition Man by Marco Brambilla, starring Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes. I don't believe I've heard of or seen any of Brambilla's films before, but I definitely have heard of Demolition Man. I used to see it running on TV in the late 90s, and all I recall is one of the characters gets cryogenically frozen or something, and it's set somewhere in the near future. I'm a big fan of Stallone's work. As you guys already know, I've watched the entire Rocky franchise on the channel, so do check that out. I've also seen Rambo, which was great. I'm also a fan of Wesley Snipes, but I don't think I've seen too many films from him. But he was a big star in the 90s and early 2000s. Anyway, since I don't know too much about this film, let's just get started. But before we get into it, to help support the channel, I have a Patreon page for full-length reactions to this movie and over 90 movies, early access and weekly polls for what to watch next. You'll need your own copy to watch along. The link's in the description below, by the way. Please consider being a patron. Please subscribe to the channel. Do check out my other videos. Like if you liked this video, dislike it if you didn't. With all that being said, let's get started. Demolition Man, Brambilla, Stallone, Snipes. Let's go. Oh man, I can't wait to get back into a good action film. LA, 1996. The city's burning. Yeah, 1996 didn't look like this, so this must be an alternate universe. Oh wow, that's an elaborate set. Impressive.
Well, why the hell we're bothered anyhow?
You're doing a good deed.
Stallone.
The maniac hijacked a municipal bus with 30 passengers on it. That's a pretty good reason.
You want to share it with us?
Phoenix.
Phoenix. I have to assume that's Wesley Snipes. And his name is Spartan. An appropriate name for a man in his position. Yeah, I don't think this is CGI at all. This is all practical, and they actually got that old abandoned building.
Send the maniac to catch one.
Nice stunt work. Yeah, he's a one-man army. I'm really enjoying these weird camera angles, but the music itself sounds a little generic. Oh, Wesley Snipes. He was such a big star in the 90s till the early 2000s, and then I think he served prison time for tax evasion. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Don't move, Phoenix.
Ooh, they're already face to face.
Where are the passengers?
Yes. Fuck you! Passengers are gone.
Where are the hostages?
To hell with the hostages. This is between you and me.
And that sentence just proved that they have history.
Your ass in gasoline. Set your ass on fire.
Well, you're gonna set your ass on fire, dude.
Is it cold in here? Or is it just me?
The dude's crazy. Oh man, I haven't seen an eccentric villain like this in a while.
Where are they, Phoenix? I swear, I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached.
Wow! I know I repeat myself when I say I love practical explosions. That's extremely cool.
You are not supposed to come down here. You are not supposed to attempt the arrest of Phoenix single-handed. And you are not supposed to blow anything up.
So he has a reputation for blowing stuff up.
So where are the hostages? They're not here.
Are you sure?
Because I did a thermo check and there was only 8 of them, all part of his gang.
Wrong again.
So were the hostages in the building?
The bodies everywhere. There must be 20 or 30.
Holy crap.
I told him. He said he didn't care.
Oh my God, how could you sacrifice all those innocent people?
What a mess! Oh, the story's getting intriguing. And the music is getting better. This must be the cryogenic part. Because I remember a scene where one of the characters was frozen, so it has to be Stallone. Demolition Man. Sandra Bullock? I didn't know she was in the film.
Sergeant Spartan, you've been sentenced to 70 years.
70 years.
I'm sorry, Sergeant.
Yeah. I'm actually enjoying these props and all this scientific jargon. Nice. 2032, and this is the future part, huh?
the next scheduled parole hearing for prisoner Gilmore.
I wonder whether they're conscious, because if they are, that'd be torture. Oh, that's Phoenix, I think.
Fellow greetings, Warden William Smithers.
Sandra Bullock.
The prisoners are ice cubes. They never move.
I find this lack of stimulus to be truly disappointing.
She's a young cop.
Be well.
Be well.
And this automatic car with all these screens, that's pretty accurate to real life right now.
Self-drive engaged. No police presence is requested in the city at this time.
And an automated assistant, just like right now. Holy crap! What a creative way for graffiti and anti-graffiti. And a periscope.
Food, glorious food.
There's not enough of us, friendly.
People are hungry.
Is that Dennis Leary? San Angeles. Is that like San Diego and Los Angeles put together?
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the emergency line.
Look at him. He looks so young.
Do you really long for chaos and disharmony?
Sanctimonious asshole.
You are fined $100.
They get fined for swearing.
Don't you get bored code tracing perps who break curfew and tell dirty jokes?
You're still addicted to the 20th century.
Don't you ever want something to happen?
She's obsessed with the 90s.
Welcome you to your parole hearing. Do you have anything fresh to say on your behalf?
Yeah, teddy bear.
What? How did he escape? Teddy bear?
How do you know the password to the cuffs?
I wish I knew. Simon says die.
That's painful if that's how you go.
Retina coding accepted. Well,
Yeah, you too.
Okay, the story's coming together. Simon Phoenix is on the loose, and there's only one man that can stop him.
murder, death, kill. Last recorded offense, September 25th.
26 years.
Severe eye trauma.
He's still alive.
Punctured lung. Internal bleeding. Condition critical.
Oh, they're watching him die live.
Subject deceased.
And then display for me the list of people interviewed for parole.
Accessing 30.
It's Phoenix.
Simon, 740.
He's evil in a way you've never read about.
Murder, death, kill. Location, cryo prison parking area.
Oh, another murder.
Is a doctor's conveyance still in the parking zone?
The answer is no.
I love these primitive graphics. They're well done though.
Doctor's vehicle has been code fixed.
They don't even high five. Probably for sanitary reasons.
Angeles Information Network.
The name friendly. Edgar friendly. Don't you have someone to kill?
Okay, something just clicked in my brain. This has to be the subliminal messaging he received. Right? And that's why he can use this advanced computer?
This device was widely utilized.
Look, I don't need a history lesson. Where the goddamn guns?
You are fined 1 credit for a violation of the verbal morality.
Fuck you.
Maniac is imminent. Request advice.
Maniac is imminent.
Firm tone of voice.
And they don't even know how to handle the situation. Oh, they don't even have guns anymore. So it's all hand-to-hand combat. Brilliant.
We're police officers. We're not trained to handle this kind of violence.
Okay, he's strong. I'm actually enjoying Snipes' performance.
The real problem lies in the man whose initials mark the detonating graffiti. There was a time when we used to look upon these scraps as rather pathetic and relatively harmless.
This is extremely accurate with the video conferencing.
How could a man be so blatantly sadistic?
I want you to do everything in your power to snare this agent of destruction. You have my utmost confidence.
That was a little odd.
How was the fiendish Simon Phoenix apprehended back in the 20th?
Sandra Bullock asking the right questions.
John Spartan.
John Spartan.
John Spartan?
That's right.
Are you sure this is real life?
How can you justify destroying a $7 million mini-mall to rescue a girl whose ransom was only $25,000? Fuck you, lady!
The Demolition Man's an animal.
We need an old-fashioned cop.
Logic. This is great. Again, it's been a while since I've seen a cheesy film like this, but this cheesy film weirdly is grounded in reality with all these correct predictions. And the director is doing a very decent job in keeping me interested in the story.
unconvinced. I'm not sure he's any different than Simon Phoenix himself.
What happened to my wife?
She died in an earthquake.
Which changed society. Okay.
This morning, Simon Phoenix escaped from this cryo facility.
There have been no deaths of unnatural causes in San Angeles in the last 16 years.
The Santa Barbara, Los Angeles, San Diego Metroplex were merged in 2011.
It is.
Yo, give me a Marlboro.
What's a Marlboro?
Alcohol, caffeine, contact sports, meat.
Meat is illegal?
The hell is that?
John Spartan, you are fined 1 credit.
I formally convey my presence.
We are not used to physical contact greeting.
You're out of toilet paper.
He doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells.
The 3 seashells? So they don't have toilet paper anymore. They have the 3 seashells.
What happened to you?
I got older.
Yet he speaks to him in the most profane manner.
Well, if you had read my study, you would know that this is how insecure heterosexual males used to bond.
Insecure heterosexual male.
Unfortunately, Simon Phoenix was not coded.
It is determined he will attempt to set up a new drug lab and form a crime syndicate.
But that's really fucking stupid. You think he wants to start a business? Phoenix is going for a gun, plain and simple.
He knows Phoenix better than anyone.
The only place a person can even view a gun in this city is...
a museum?
At a museum.
Right, in downtown Los Angeles, preserved since the earthquake of 2010. Specific information.
So bad. Wow. The locations and the set design is actually top-notch.
You drive.
Even kids with chicken pox love hot dogs.
Somebody put me back in the fridge.
Shit. You are fined 1 credit for a violation.
Motherfucker!
Please vacate the museum.
Everybody in this society, they're wearing very muted colors.
Excuse me, museum patron. Can I?
You see that?
The underground people, scraps.
That's what we got. Did it work? Well, guess so.
Who is that? Spartan? John Spartan? What the hell are you doing here?
He's greeting him like an old friend while shooting at him. Brilliant.
They defrosted you just so you could lasso my piddly ass? Damn, you been high. I've been dreaming about killing you for 40 years.
Well, keep dreaming.
Again, whenever there's chaos, this director is choosing to use very off angles.
You're on TV!
Shit!
Oh.
Now, don't you have a job to do? Mr. Edgar Friendly?
He did this.
Don't you have someone to kill?
And he's unable to kill him because he was the guy.
You saved my life.
Not bad for a 74-year-old. You really licked his ass.
Kicked his ass.
You told us to do everything in our power to capture the madman.
John Spartan, welcome.
He's the primary antagonist.
Dr. Cocteau is the most important man in San Angeles. He practically created our whole way of life.
I have in fact perused some newsreels from the Schwarzenegger Library.
From the Schwarzenegger Library?
Yes, the Schwarzenegger Presidential Library.
And it's an inside joke because Schwarzenegger and Stallone were competing. This joke works on 2 levels, and it's brilliant.
Spartan over there, please.
You got the salt over there, Bob?
Salt is not good for you, hence it is illegal.
Oh, you weren't here when the real disturbances began. The city degenerated into a total fear zone. So when I saw the chance to make things right, I seized it. Even you must appreciate the persuasively tranquil humanity of the cryo prison system.
But my cryo sentence was no sweet lullaby. How about a 36-year nightmare about people caught in a burning building?
The side effects of the cryo process are unavoidable.
Where are you going?
Bad guys about to do bad things. It's just one of those hunches again.
That's Friendly. And they're after the food. They're not even attacking anyone.
Good night!
Get him!
What a fucking hero.
Please, don't!
That sheriff, who were those guys?
I
society of thieves.
But not when it's a bunch of people looking for something to eat.
But now I realize that you're the moody, troubled past gunslinger who will only draw when he must type.
Raymond, we got to talk.
Your skills were given you for a reason.
I'll need about 5 or 6 more special men. What is John Spartan doing here?
Look, you finish your business, and I'll stuff him back in the freezer.
What do you think? I was wondering if you would like to have sex.
Such a formal proposition.
With you?
Mm-hmm.
Look at his face.
Oh, yeah.
There's no physical contact.
Just relax.
This is probably the future, right? When computers can directly interface with the brain and stimulate certain neurons to have psychological effects. I'm laughing, but this is where humanity's going in like 30 years or 40 years.
What's wrong? He broke contact.
Contact? I didn't touch you yet. All right, Huxley, what do you say we just do it the old-fashioned way?
Ew, disgusting. Not even mouth transfers condoned.
Then what about kids?
We go to a lab. What are you doing?
Breaking the law.
Stallone getting used to the future is probably one of my favorite parts of the film so far.
Oh, he doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells.
Oh man, the 3 seashells.
Behavioral engineering?
Oh man, he's putting the pieces together.
Listen, I'm sorry about last night.
For me?
And he somehow knows how to knit.
Thank you for the lovely gift. It's part of your rehab program.
If Phoenix comes out and he can access computers, operate all vehicles, knows the location of every damn thing in town.
This isn't a proper rehabilitation program.
No kidding.
Holy crap.
Who develops these programs?
Well, Cocteau Industries, of course.
You programmed Phoenix's rehab to turn him into a terrorist? They're outside the museum. Why didn't he blow your brains out? What'd you say to him? I gotta nail that maniac and put him on ice, or that's where I'm gonna be. I wanna find Phoenix. I'm gonna put him in a hurt locker.
Let's go blow this guy.
Away. Blow this guy away.
It's not very clean.
An entire underground city. Holy crap. Great set design.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
This is fantastic. You guys gotta try this.
Oh,
¿Qué es esta carne?
Esta carne es de rata.
Oh my. They're rats.
Not bad.
He's still going for it. I would have done the same, man. If I didn't have a proper burger in 30 years, I'd eat anything.
So did I. Hand over the glow rat.
We're looking for a murder-death killer.
I guess you weren't part of the Cocteau plan.
Greed, deception, abuse of power, that's no plan.
I like to read. I'm into freedom of speech. I want to smoke a Cuban cigar the size of Cincinnati in the non-smoking section.
My type of dude.
And I got bad news. I think he wants to kill you.
The year is 2032.
He's got his goons now.
I want you to do all the wonderful things that we used to do.
This guy's a certifiable nightmare.
And that's why you're down here?
They're already here.
Things go wrong.
Take your time and aim, my man.
How nice.
Oldsmobile. Oh, great stunt work.
No free rides! Say hello to my little friend!
Hey, Scarface reference. Say hello to my little friend.
They were already dead! It's all time now!
Malfunction.
He has a bigger problem now. To stop this vehicle.
I thought your life force had been prematurely terminated.
Yeah, I thought I was you too.
Instead of saying, I thought you were dead.
Don't worry, I can fix it later. All I need is a needle and thread. I really didn't say that, did I?
You are to be returned to the cryo prison immediately.
They're here to help.
Time to take a stand, pal.
Oh, good. And while you're doing it, loan me a gun.
You can take this job and you can shovel it.
Take this job
and shove it. Oh,
yeah.
But I must say you worked out beautifully.
What's new? You can't take away people's right to be assholes.
Wow, that was a profoundly right statement.
Will you please kill him?
He's dead!
I would be delighted to continue my services during your administration.
I could be an excellent associate. Oh, she knows how to defend herself.
I'm impressed.
And she's a good shot.
Looks like the cocktail plan just went up in smoke.
Rest in peace, Raymond Cocteau. Civilization as we know it will come to an end.
I don't know, but trust me, this is better for you.
His access to cryo prison is about to defrost the entire multi-lifer wing.
I hope you understand this.
Well, I do.
Jeffrey Dahmer? I love that guy!
Dahmer?
Thank you very much, but your services will no longer be required.
Send a maniac to catch a maniac.
He just self-referenced. I'm actually impressed with the writing in this film. Probably the dialogue is a little too cheesy, but it's working. I can't count the number of times everybody's missed while shooting in this film.
Where are you going? I'm pushing the back of luck, sir. Marty! How's it hanging, huh?
How's it hanging?
Target practice. What do you say?
Not a single bullet.
You're not getting out of this one. What am I doing wrong?
Is it cold in here, or is it just me?
Good memory. I'll see you in hell.
I wish I could say I'm fearing for Spartan's life, but no. There have been plenty of opportunities where he could have died. It's not going to happen. The predictability of the plot is actually letting me enjoy the film. Decent special effects. Phoenix is dead! I just realized they made a joke about separating the head and body earlier in the film, and that's exactly what happened. That's good writing, guys. Explosion.
What will we do? How will we live? I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna go out drinking, all of us get shit.
I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna do. Why don't you get a little dirty? You will act clean. And somewhere in the middle.
Fucking A. And may I say, it would be a great pleasure to assist you in creating a more humane
Bob, let's talk about the hair, okay?
Hair?
Pick a color, all right? And lose the kimono, you look like a couch.
That's illegal. But she likes
Why?
it.
I think I'm gonna like the future.
Now that you've demolished everything.
Mr. Demolition Man.
But there's just one thing I want to know. How's that damn 3 seashell thing work?
Oh, great callback to the 3 seashells, and I love the fact that they don't explain it. That was just awesome. That was just a good movie. Okay, I took some time to collect my thoughts. First off, that was awesome. I wouldn't even call this a cult film. I'd start considering this as a classic just because how well this film aged. Brambilla did a pretty good job with the direction. The actual strengths of the film were the creative writing, the performances by Stallone, Snipes, and Bullock, the sets and props, and the stunt work. Whereas after some consideration, I would consider the music to be the weakest point in the film. Let's start with the directing by Marco Brambilla and the writing by Daniel Waters, Robert Renault, and Peter Lenkoff. The writers kept the plot very simple and straightforward, with no big surprises or reveals, and I think that's a good thing because it let us focus on the actual writing, the dialogue, and the great action sequences. The dialogue in this film was cheesy as hell, but I loved every second of it. At first, I didn't think it would age well, but surprisingly it did. The people of the future, they sounded hilarious with them using words in a very distinctively different manner. The way Stallone's character, Spartan, learned about the future was an absolute joy to watch. The references made to the 90s also made me feel very nostalgic because I grew up around that time, so I got a lot of the references. The subplot involving the scraps added so much depth to the film that it really elevated it, I'd say. Although kept simple, the ideas that it was trying to tackle were very deep. The writing of the film had nuance and it was fairly detailed. The writing team took a lot of time to actually develop a backstory to this world, which really enhanced the viewing experience for me. There were a few callbacks that came around full circle, like the head separating from the body joke made earlier by Snipes' Phoenix, whose death was very satisfying, by the way. The future was wonderfully shown, and I was surprised how true to life and how well it holds up even today. The surveillance, the automated cars, the talking voice assistant, the overly politically correct society, and the homogeneous nature of humanity, they're strikingly similar to what we're heading towards now. I love films like this. The social commentary was not in your face. It was in the background, and it was there for anybody who wanted to look for it. I mean, you can see it as a straight up sci-fi action film, but if you go deeper, there's a lot to get from there. Great stuff. The cinematography of the film was okay. Not too bad, but not amazing. There were creative uses of camera angles in some of the action scenes, but that's as far as it went. It was pretty generic, but again, that's not a bad thing. It complemented the film. The editing was a little better, as the film flowed fairly smoothly. I think the plot was very well paced, as I wasn't bored for at any point in the film. The weak link I'd consider of the film is the music. There wasn't a memorable score here. Mostly the music sounded very generic. It swelled up during the tense moments, and there were a couple of light-hearted notes used in the more intimate moments of the film, but it was all standard. The actual sound design was very decent though, with the explosions and the gunfire sounding realistic, and it's almost like they had weight to them, which is a good thing. The ambient and non-diegetic sounds were also used to great effect. For example, almost every time somebody swears in the film, we hear the alarm and a fine being issued. That's hilarious and great auditory storytelling. The sets, props, and stunt work and the locations were a huge highlight of the film for me. The director really nailed this. The sets actually looked futuristic and nothing looked out of place except the main two leads, and I'm sure that was the intention of the team. The props used in the film were very well made, and it seemed like a lot of thought was given to their design. Starting from the cars, the 3 seashells, the batons, and even the costumes were pretty immaculately made. The stunt work, like the helicopter jump and the car stunts, were a joy to watch. One particular scene, the building demolition, was just superb. I wonder how they achieved this. Was that a miniature, or did they actually find an old building to blow up? If it was the latter, color me thoroughly impressed. Sly Stallone played John Spartan. He was pretty good in his role. This clearly wasn't his best performance. For that, you have to look more towards Rocky or Rambo, but he was very entertaining in the role. The fact that he knew nothing of the future made him very relatable to us, the audience, almost like the audience's vessel. We were discovering the future with Spartan, and the faces he made while learning about the society were priceless. He was ripped, he kicked ass, and took names, and it was glorious. Wesley Snipes as Simon Phoenix stole the show for me though. He was perfectly cast as a madman, and his facial expressions, they were genuinely terrifying at times, especially because of that sadistic smile he had while performing his murder death kills. At first his character looked like a generic villain, but he was much more than that. He had an agenda. He was an agent of chaos, and a great match for John Spartan. His character was excellently written for a villain, and I'm sad they killed him off at the end because don't get me wrong, it was satisfying but I would love to see a sequel in another 30 years, probably in the 2060s, where they fight again, almost like the Batman and Joker, like an eternal battle. Yeah, I digress. Anyway, Sandra Bullock as the naive young cop was just great. I didn't know she was in the film at all, so it was a pleasant surprise. She was a strong female character that was written very well. Although appearing like she was not very strong, she repeatedly proved the audience wrong by showing her wits and even her skills in hand-to-hand combat, which was unexpected. The choice of keeping her out of the final fight was a bold choice, and I really commend the director for doing that, since it probably would have been heavily criticized if it were done today for obvious reasons. The main criticism of the film for me was its lackluster score. I mentioned that before. I think a better written score, probably a more memorable one, would have made this film even better. That's about it. Overall, Demolition Man was an awesome time. From the beginning to the end, the film was edited perfectly. There was a great mixture of action and comedy, all while keeping the world pretty grounded in reality. As much as they could, I mean. The predictions of the future aged remarkably well, and the performances were very good too. I would recommend this film to anyone confidently. This is a film with a lot of rewatchability, and I am going to watch this film every couple of years like Die Hard when I need a healthy dose of the 90s. Anyways, thank you for watching. I have a Patreon page. Consider me a patron. Subscribe to the channel. Like if you like this video. Dislike it if you didn't. I will see you in the next one. Bye.